Claire.
Hi, Kate.
How's it going today?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good.
Good. All right. So I was thinking about it, and I think I'm going to talk about my family today. So I grew up in Connecticut in a small town. My mom was a school psychologist. My dad was a math teacher, and then he became a assistant principal in the tech school system. I have 3 older brothers, so I'm the youngest of 4, so that was fun. My oldest brother, Pat, is 11 years older than me. He started working as an electrician right after high school. He didn't go to college. And then he recently became a fireman for the city of Waterbury. And he's also married to Heather, who grew up right down the road, whose family is like very interconnected to our family. Like, her brother was good friends with Pat growing up. Her sister used to babysit me and my brother Kieran, and then her youngest brother was like best friends with Kieran growing up. So together, Pat and Heather have 2 kids. They have John and Riley. John's 3 and Riley's going to be 2 in September. And Heather also has a son, Gabe, who is 18 or 19. And they have 2 dogs, and Pat's working on an addition, so that way her mother can move in with them, which would be fun. Then my brother Jamie is 9 years older than me. He just got engaged to his girlfriend Kelly, which is great because she's really nice. Jamie's also a fireman, but he started off in the military. He did like a year of college and then didn't think it was for him, so he went into the military, was a fireman in the Air Force, is a firefighter for West Hartford now. And my brother Kieran, he is 2 years older than me, so he was a mistake, and I was his friend because Kieran needed a friend. So he currently works at Quinnipiac as like a resident director. So he was really involved in residential life in his undergrad and really loved it, so he's kind of stuck with that. And he recently had a job at Johnson & Wales in Colorado last year, but ended up moving back here when Quinnipiac had an opening. So he's dating a girl. They've been dating for like 5 years now. She's really nice too. She's from California and has now moved cross country twice with him. So everybody's back around my parents now, which is good. My mom helps Pat with the kids. She watches them on Thursdays, and the other time, although she's retired, she does companion homemaking, which is just like home care for older adults, aging adults. And my dad is retired as well, but he has a 94-year-old cousin who pretty much is like our grandmother on that side, who he's been taking care of because she's 94, so he'll take her to the grocery store or take her to get her hair done. Growing up the youngest of 4 with brothers was a lot of fun. Definitely made me have like some tough skin. But it also kind of set a standard for what I expect, because they're all like really good guys, what I expect when I'm dating or, all this stuff. And equally so, I got to be equally critical of their girlfriends that they would bring home. Like, Kieran's girlfriend asked me for my grandmother's angel food cake recipe, which she got from the nuns in Pennsylvania. So I had to say to Kieran, I said, listen, is she going to be around for a while? Is she the one? Like, this is a family recipe. I really can't be giving this out. Like, what are you thinking? He said, no, yeah, she'll be around for a while. So I gave her the recipe. So I'm assuming they're going to get married now. Yeah. I never had a sister, though. So my cousin was kind of like my older sister. So we'll have, like, sibling get-togethers. We try to do them once every couple months. Because, like, we all have our separate lives. So we'll check in with each other without necessarily talking to each other all the time. But we'll check in, like, every 6 weeks. It seems, just naturally, how's it going? And then we'll do, like, family nights where we'll all get together with my cousin and just hang out.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing with me about your family. You sound like you have a very fun, like, large family, and I think that's awesome too. You're also an aunt. That's so exciting.
Love being aunts. It's the best.
And I think it's also great that your brothers are such great guys, so you have that standard of what to look for in like a spouse for your future. I think that's very important and helpful.
Yeah, it definitely is. So what would you like to talk about today?
So I think I want to talk about, I guess my home life.
Okay.
So I guess like my family and my dogs and like everything at least from the past year.
Okay.
Because it was a really great year.
Awesome.
So I'm from Southern Mass, home of the Patriots. I live 15 minutes from the stadium, so I always say that. I have divorced parents. My parents got divorced when I was 3 and my brother was like a year old. So that's all I've known. And honestly, if my parents were still together, it'd be weird for me. My mom is like the epitome of like strong, independent, like brave person and woman. Because after they got a divorce, like my mom went to nursing school full time while working at night and like paying for childcare for us, and just I don't know how she did it.
Nice.
So she's very inspirational to me. My brother is 2 years younger than me. Nope, 3 years younger than me. And he is. I try to influence him on his choices. I try to make sure he chooses the best things. And he's like currently working full time, and he like wanted to go into HVAC, but now doesn't want to anymore. Wants to go into mechanical engineering. So we started school in the fall. So that's very exciting. I'm very proud of him for like pursuing that. And especially since school's a lot of work and engineering is going to be a lot of work. My dad, he lives like 45 minutes away from where I live with my mom. So I don't always see him as often, but when like I'm home, like I try to see him a couple times a month. But we talk on the phone a lot, so like it's still fine. My mom's side of the family is on the smaller side, whereas my dad's is very, very large. So like family parties are very different between my mom's family and my dad's family, and I don't really like going to my dad's family parties because there's just so many people. It's very overwhelming. For the past year, I've gotten to work at a rehab hospital that has like shaped my outlook on occupational therapy and everything it has to offer. And it's just like pushed me further to come back to school and like pursue this career that I'm just like in love with and can't wait to actually be like an OT practitioner in the field. So it's very exciting being at school as well as challenging. Ups and downs. Being here, I really miss my dogs as well. I have 3. One, Sally, is a border collie. She is 12. And then the 2 other sisters are 11, and they're Australian cattle dogs. So they're all herding dogs, and they're very pretty, and they're the babies. And I just really miss them, especially after a year being home. Like, now I have to adjust to not being with them anymore, so it's very weird. So, and they're old too, so realistically they only have like a couple more years left. Recently, my grandmother has had some major health issues, and she just passed away, so now I'm trying to process it being up here and deal with it and trying to remain focused on finishing this semester and getting through like my practical on Monday and skills, and just through all of my exams and the papers. So I'm trying to keep my head in the right direction as well as grieve at the same time. And hopefully I stay like on course and don't stray too far. But I can definitely say that it's better for her to have gone peacefully this way than if we like tried to maintain her life any longer, because she wouldn't have wanted to live the way that she was living. So I have that going on right now with my dad's side of the family, and I don't know when the services are yet, so, you know, all my assignments, we'll see how they turn out depending on when the services are. other than that, that's like the biggest, what we would call like thorn in my life right now, especially recently. But everything else is going well. I'm actually surprised that like my grades are pretty decent to good. Yeah, so I'm like very surprised because I thought like I wouldn't be able to get back in the swing of things and like be able to do work, but I don't know. It's just working for me. I'm very thankful that it is. So
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing. It sounds like you have pretty solid relationships with all the people in your family, which is awesome. And definitely being the oldest sibling, you like to help your brother in the right direction. Your grandmother passing is awful, and I'm sorry. And that is gonna be hard, like with everything for school, but you have us. And it sounds like you have a lot of family members too, which I can definitely relate to not liking the bigger side of the family because that's just too many people and it's like too claustrophobic.
It's overstimulating.
Yeah. So, yeah. And please bring your dogs up. Please bring them.
No.
Bring them all. They can live here. It's fine. The dog would be great. But, yeah, thanks for sitting down with me.
Yeah, thank you for listening.
Of course.